Asian carp are an invasive species that threaten native fish. They're in waterways across the Midwest. Once they take hold, they can devastate an ecosystem. To combat the invaders from spreading, officials have deployed a number of efforts, including installing electric barriers and berms. J.D. Gray traveled to the southwestern corner of the state, where the DNR is training residents to help fight the spread of the invasive fish.
You just never know what you're going to come up across. I've seen fish that nobody shot at that were some of the biggest fish I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
Evan Miller likes to go bow fishing. He shoots Asian carp like silver carp.
I think I bruised a kidney from a silver carp jumping up out of the water.
Silver carp can weigh as much as 60 pounds, but the DNR say the ones they usually see around here are about 10. Miller says he's seen the fish jump as high as 6 feet.
You can shoot them out of the air, which is a blast. This is a typical bow fishing bow. I think this bow is set at about 35 pounds.
Miller demonstrates how the bow works.
We're going to try to shoot that leaf on top of the water. It's about 12 yards out, right past that log that's floating.
He says it's easy to shoot, saying it works off instinct.
All right, well, welcome everybody to our second annual bow fishing workshop.
When people say Asian carp, it can include several species, including the silver carp, bighead, black, and grass carp.
The main reason we're here today is we're trying to educate people on aquatic invasive species.
At the event, the DNR says the silver carp were introduced to the U.S. in the 1970s to control plankton populations and improve water clarity.
But they eventually escaped and got into our rivers, and now they're pretty well established in most of the big rivers in the Midwest.
Now they're out competing local fish for plankton, and that's where these folks come in. The DNR is hoping bow fishers will develop a taste for carp and start catching the invasive fish.
Basically, you want to get this red meat off.
That could at least slow their numbers.
If they can actually harvest that fish and eat that fish and consume it and take it home, that it's better than just disposing of the fish.
Those attending the workshop were offered fried silver carp while they watched a demonstration on how to fillet the fish. After making the case for eating it, Miller and other members of the Hoosier Bow Fishing Association take the workshop attendees to the water. They travel down Little Pigeon Creek as the sun goes down until they hit the Ohio River.
It is a ball. It's good to see the expression on people's faces that have never done this, and they get to shoot that first trash fish.
They stand on the front of the boat, holding their bows. Light from the boat is shining into the water to spot the fish.
Most of the time, the lights that are on these boats, you will see those fish.
When they see an Asian carp, they aim and take their shot.
If you bow fish a lot, shooting 1,000 silver carp in a calendar year is a pretty easy feat, actually.
Right there.
Miller says he's been to bow fishing competitions where that many carp were pulled from the water in a day.
Just as something you enjoy to do, you're taking 1,000 out. If everyone here was doing that, that'd be 25,000.
And you wouldn't even put a dent in the silver population.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm J.D. Gray.
Recently, an Asian carp was found near Lake Michigan past an electric barrier that was meant to keep the carp out. After a 2-week search, no additional Asian carp were found past the barrier.